You've probably lost count of how many times people have called you quiet or just shy. The strange part is, you usually know exactly what you want to say, but before the words leave your mouth, your mind has already questioned them. Will this sound stupid? Did I misunderstand the situation? Maybe it's better not to say anything at all. A few seconds later, someone else says something similar. The conversation moves on, and once again, you leave wondering why speaking seems so effortless for everyone else. After living like that for years, it's easy to believe you're simply shy. But what if that's not the whole story? Because some of the behaviors people quickly label as shyness can sometimes point to a mind that's processing the world very differently. That doesn't automatically make someone highly intelligent, but it may explain why you've spent years trying to fix something that was never fully understood in the first place. Walking into a room a few minutes late can feel heavier than it should. The moment you open the door, it feels as if everyone notices you at once, even when nobody actually says anything. You drop your phone, knock over a glass, or stumble over a single word, and suddenly it feels like every person in the room has stopped to watch you. For almost everyone else, it is just another moment that disappears without a second thought. You don't. Long after everyone has moved on, your mind is still trying to figure out how that moment looked through everyone else's eyes. You wonder how you looked, what people thought, and whether someone is still thinking about what happened. It isn't because you have nothing to say. Your mind simply treats ordinary moments as if everyone will remember them long after they have already forgotten. The reality is usually much simpler. Most people barely notice these moments before their attention moves on to something else. But your mind doesn't experience it that way. Before you even speak, your mind is already trying to protect you from saying the wrong thing, making the wrong move, or becoming the reason everyone remembers the moment. From the outside, that looks like shyness. From the inside, it feels like standing under a spotlight that nobody else can see. When someone is talking to you, looking them in the eye usually isn't the hard part. The difficult part begins the moment it is your turn to speak. As you try to explain an idea, your eyes drift toward the floor, the wall, or somewhere else entirely. People often mistake that as a lack of confidence. Some even assume you are hiding something or making things up. But that usually isn't what is happening. Your mind is trying to put complicated thoughts into the right words. At the same time, it is also processing the other person's face, their expressions, and their reactions. Trying to do both at the same time can leave you mentally exhausted. Looking away gives your mind a chance to filter out everything it doesn't need in that moment. That makes it easier for you to focus on finding the words you actually want to say. From the outside, it looks like insecurity. From the inside, it is often just your brain trying to think more clearly. Some conversations begin in your mind long before they happen. Before making a phone call, asking someone a question, or even ordering food, you quietly rehearse the conversation in your mind. You think about how to begin. You imagine how the other person might respond. Then you prepare another answer for that response. Sometimes you go through the same conversation several times before it even happens. Everything feels manageable as long as it follows the version you imagined. But the moment someone says something unexpected, your mind has to start over. It isn't because you don't know what to say, it is because your mind is trying to stay one step ahead of every possible outcome. From the outside, that looks like shyness. From the inside, it feels like your mind is always searching for the safest words before it lets any of them leave your mouth. A simple text message can quietly take over your thoughts. Someone replies with "okay" or says, "we need to talk later," but your mind immediately starts looking for hidden meaning. You notice the full stop. You notice the missing emoji. Then you start asking yourself what changed. Did you say something wrong? Are they upset? Did they mean something they didn't say? Before long, your mind has turned one short message into a dozen different possibilities. It's because your mind naturally searches for patterns, even in the smallest details. From the outside, that looks like overthinking. From the inside, it feels like your mind refuses to let unanswered questions go until every piece finally fits together. You can spend more time editing a message than actually sending it. You type a reply, then you delete it. You write it again. You change a few words. You start wondering how it might sound. Will it seem rude? Will it sound awkward? Will someone misunderstand what you meant? After a while, sending the message begins to feel riskier than staying silent. It is because your mind can see how one sentence can carry several different meanings, even when you only intended one. From the outside, that looks like hesitation. From the inside, it feels like your mind refuses to press send until every word feels safe enough to live without an explanation. Your mind can pick up on emotions that other people completely miss. A friend walks into a room and says, "I'm fine." Everyone around them accepts the answer, but you can sense the tiny differences hidden beneath their words. Their voice sounds slightly different. Their smile does not feel the same. Their expression carries a feeling that does not match the situation. You can't always explain how you know. Instead of ignoring it, your mind starts connecting the small details. It's not because you're trying to analyze everyone around you. It's because your brain naturally pays attention to patterns in human behavior. From the outside, that looks like being too sensitive. From the inside, it feels like your mind notices emotions that other people walk past. Sometimes being away from people is where your mind feels the most comfortable. Your room becomes a place where you can exist without constantly adjusting yourself for others. People may see this as being boring, distant, or disconnected. You are not avoiding the world because you dislike people. You are protecting the environment where your thoughts can fully develop. You are choosing fewer distractions because your mind works better when it has room to go deeper. From the outside, that looks like isolation. From the inside, it feels like having control over the environment where your best thoughts are created. Before going to an event, you already know how long you want to stay. You think about when you should arrive, where you can take a break, and the right moment to leave. While others see this as unnecessary planning, your mind sees it as a way to create control before the situation begins. You are not trying to escape people. You are managing your energy before it runs out. What looks like leaving early from the outside is actually knowing exactly when your mind has reached its limit. The more you understand these patterns, the more you realize something important. None of these behaviors are really about not caring, not trying, or not having anything to say. They are often your mind's way of protecting you. From the outside, these habits can look like hesitation, distance, or insecurity, but from the inside, they are often signs of a mind that is constantly observing, processing, and adapting. The problem is not that your brain works this way. The problem begins when you start believing these traits make you less capable than everyone else. Because the same mind that makes you pause, analyze, and notice what others miss is also the mind that sees things most people never take the time to see. And once you understand how your mind works, you begin to notice the hidden patterns behind many other parts of your life, including the habits you thought were holding you back. These patterns are only the beginning, because there are other hidden behaviors that look completely normal from the outside, but reveal much more about the way your mind is built. If you have recognized yourself in these patterns, share the one that felt the most familiar in the comments, and stay connected, because more discoveries about the hidden patterns of human behavior are coming. Because the next discovery might reveal another part of your personality you never realized was there.